I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
All right, welcome back everyone to RR After Dark, the official podcast of the iRacing League Racing Revolution. Podcast is made possible by our wonderful sponsors, Chapman Environmental Services, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Butt Kicker, and Simtrax Broadcasting. As always, and I'm going to have to come up with a new intro sometime soon, I'm your host of the and driver of the number 14 Slurp Sodas Ford Mustang, Michael Bennett. To my left is Kevin Orlando Jr., driver of the number 27 Starry Ford Mustang. Justice Murphy, driving the number 12 All About Bugs Chevy Camaro. Nicholas Alves, driver of the number 24 Coastal Financial Chevy Camaro. And Trevor Earhart, driver of the number 21 Black Rifle Coffee Company and the Big O Foundation Chevy Camaro. We have got another good one this week. This week's race was super fun. Longest of the season. It was testing. Today we've got another co-host or another guest on. I'm going to be bringing him on in a second. We're going to talk to him about a couple things. We're going to go back to Charlotte, recap the race, talk about our winner, things like that, and then we are on to Gateway next week. So that one should be fun. With that being said, our guest this week is no other than James Loveland, driver of the 02 E-Man and V-Speed Chevy Camaro. How's it going, James?
It's going good. How about you guys?
Oh, it's good, man. It's good to have you. Thanks for making some time to get on here and talk with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. So iRacing, obviously we all love it. How did you get into it?
Yeah, about 3 years ago, right when the whole craziness happened, I was actually supposed to be racing a car in real life, and turns out when everything shut down, had nothing to do, so decided to buy a rig and do some racing on there, practice for real racing, and I just kept growing from there.
Awesome. So what kind of racing do you do in real life?
So I currently don't race right now, but back then I was running street stocks on dirt. So, and I was actually going to be running up in Canada at the time.
Oh, that's sick. Nice. So what made you do? Why do you not race anymore?
Well, just because I moved away, moved down south, changed careers, and yeah, maybe I'll get back into it. Still got my fire suit and helmet ready to go. So, anytime there's a ride open, I'm more than happy to run.
Awesome. So what brought you to? Well, so you came from Underdog, right? If I'm correct.
Yes, yeah, that was
Yeah.
actually the
Okay.
first league I joined.
Okay.
God.
Sick. Well, so I guess let's
no.
let's start there. What got you into Underdog, and then let's talk about the transition of from Underdog to RR.
Yeah, so I was running a lot of officials when I first started, and then probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months into it, I decided to look for leagues. So I went out, Underdog recruited me, and started racing in there. Started winning races right off the bat. Couldn't believe it, and just showed a lot of speed. And yeah, eventually after that, met Trevor, met you guys and everybody, and yeah, had a lot of fun in there. And then eventually moved on to Racing Revolution. Obviously had some issues in Underdog. Not going to get too deep into that, but yeah, just decided to leave there and join you guys at Racing Revolution. Thanks to Trevor, he was the one who came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to try out this new league? Where you guys are building a new league?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" I got I only had like one other league going on at the time, so I've been having a lot of fun since.
Hey, so did you start winning in RR like you did at Underdog?
Yeah, yeah.
Nick, I want to just go back to the
Uh,
stats. He is still tied with you for wins and top fives and top tens, and he's been here for 4 races now.
Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
James, how's it like to
Ooh.
be in the playoffs with me? It's kind of gonna be cool, bro, both in the playoffs.
Well, I'm not technically in the playoffs, but
Oh, that's right. He has to
working on
coin his
that.
way in. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, now
if
last
the
year-
Rady's accumulating those, he'll get there.
Yeah, like he'll be there in no time.
I want to say now you got in last year, right? But you gave up the spot because of your move, right?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I was really trying to figure out a plan to run the playoffs, but yeah, just with the situation with moving and everything, I didn't know what I was getting into, and there's just a lot of pressure and stuff, and I just like I have to let the rig behind, leave the rig behind, and yeah, it sucks, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to be racing again. I mean, I missed it so much. Like nothing against the broadcast. I didn't watch any of the broadcast because it just gave me the urge to race again. I mean, they do great broadcast sim tracks, but yeah, I just I couldn't watch them because I'm sitting there watching them like, man, I could be up front there battling for the lead, and I just yeah, I had to give it up for a few months, and it sucked, but I'm just really glad to be back.
I
Well, you
can
definitely
promise
came
you,
back.
I can
Okay.
promise you, we were all looking at the short tracks, going, "Oh, now we can win those."
Yep. Yeah. Thank you for coming back after Richmond. I appreciate that.
I'm glad he's back because now my team points get to go back up.
That is true. Parker, Trevor still loves you if you're listening.
I do love Parker. Look, So James, Parker, and I have been teammates going back to I think the second to last season before we all left Underdog. We were teammates. The season that I won the championship there, because of James beating Jason. So I always have to give him a huge shout out for me winning that championship because without him, I don't win that one. So, but yeah, he and I have been teammates for forever, and it is very good to have him back racing with us.
Fun
I can't
fact.
believe you took out the people's champ, Trevor. Come on.
I mean, nobody liked him. Let's just be honest.
Fun fact for Trevor's team, they've had for their fourth guy, they've had 4 different people the last 4 years.
Have we?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it was me, I left,
Oh,
and
that's right,
then
you
you had
did.
Schaefer. Then last year, I forgot who you guys had last year, but
We only
he's.
had 3 last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
they
didn't
didn't
have
have a
4?
fourth last year.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
never
it was
mind.
just the 3 of us.
Just not good enough to replace me, I guess.
All right. Anyways, moving on. So, James, coming from Underdog, obviously I have no experience because I think I ran like 2 Saturday races over there. But from what they say, there's a lot of new things that our group of admins have done from this league compared to the last one. Do you like what they've done with the league?
You're talking Underdog or the new?
No, RR. What?
The one
Oh
that
yeah,
matters.
I love what RR does. I mean, I have no complaints. I mean, I've been in a lot of leagues and I've argued about some stuff, and even Underdog, they would change the rules like almost every week, and I was just like, why are we doing this? Why are we changing rules? Like, let's just stick with the rules and run the league. If you want to discuss them at the end of the season, let's do that. And even at the end of the season, they still wouldn't agree with most of us. And it was just frustrating. I just wanted to run simple rules and just race and just have fun, and it was just more complicated. And here, it's pretty straightforward. You got your rules and you run. I don't see them changing rules. I mean, once in a blue moon, you got to change something if under a certain circumstance. But yeah, I mean, I have no complaints. I've been enjoying this league since day one. So
Good to hear.
What's your yeah, for sure. What's your take on the not to get too specific in there, but the competition, I guess, from other leagues you've been in, and then what RR has, the differences and things like that.
yeah, I mean, underdog. It just felt like the big three. It was me and Trevor and Jason. That was the three. We were always battling for a win each week, in and out, and coming into this league, we had pretty strong. Rob and I and Trevor, we were, pretty strong at the beginning, but I mean, everybody's getting better. I mean, I'm racing up front with Nick, and even Kevin's up there sometimes. Some of these
Sometimes.
newer guys coming in. It's just like guys that were like, I'm not saying they were bad, but they were just kind of farther back, didn't have the experience, and I don't know if they're practicing or what they're doing, but man, everybody's getting so much better, and it's getting more difficult to run better. I don't practice that much. I mean, I come into the session and run like 20 minutes of practice a race. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they have more practice time or something, but I don't know. A lot of people are getting really good in here, and I got I got out my game. So
Well, yeah. So when I guess the track we ask all our guests this, the track that you see yourself winning. We obviously know that you're always a threat at short tracks. Um, you're from what I've seen and what everybody tells me from underdog and all these things, you're a specialist, right? So Nick's got on here besides Dover. I don't give a shit what track you tell us, but is there a track that you see yourself winning at, or that you feel super confident at?
yeah, I actually thought about this question right before we got on, and you know, unfortunately, it's not in the schedule. I checked the schedule, but
Oh, no.
Chicagoland is one of my favorite
Oh, we replaced
tracks.
that with
I
a
mean,
beautiful new road course, don't you know?
yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but
Yeah, you still got to go to
uh,
Chicago, just not the Oval.
but yeah, the Chicagoland Oval. I hate that NASCAR got rid of that track. I love that mile and a half. That's probably one of my favorite mile and a halfs. And I don't know, you could just run different lines and just the shape of the track and everything. It's just so fun to run. So unfortunately, we're not running this year. We ran it last year, and I finished second to Trevor, which had a lot of speed there. Probably could have won, but yeah, it's. I wish we were running there because I'd be really looking forward to it right now.
One of the best ovals, old worn out surface,
Yeah.
progressive banking.
Such a
You
fun,
can run all over the damn track, like Kansas and Homestead. So
was such a fun
that's a
track.
fun one.
And two tires worked perfectly there last season. It was good.
Yeah, there was a lot you could do with that track. It was
Oh,
one of my favorites as well.
It will be
Hoping
duly
we'll see
missed.
it back. I'm hoping we can see it back in here, even if we don't see it on the real NASCAR schedule.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the Chicago street race will be
Awful.
equally as entertaining. I mean, come
Awful.
on,
Two different
Kevin.
routes there, huh?
Come
Oh,
on,
Sorry, I
awful
don't have
is
high hopes.
Hey, I've got a car number that Patrick and them can just put it on and watch the whole race, and I promise you it will be entertaining as the 18.
Yep.
Whether he's wrecking, leading, running a fast lap, doesn't matter.
the thing they're gonna need is they're gonna need all of the shit talking the 20 minutes before the race,
Yes.
and then put the camera on him for the rest of the race and
then
see
the
what happens.
instant apologies on lap 1.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
he's either going to exceed expectations and kick everybody's ass, or he is going to wreck brutally on the first lap, midway through the fucking lap. Right? It's gonna be awesome. Well, speaking of fun racetracks, Charlotte, me particularly, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I found myself having really good long run speed. It was the longest race of our season, 200 laps. It took fucking forever. My ass was sore when we got done with it. I was sweating. I don't know about you guys, but it was fun though. It was fun.
I mean, I kind of like the long races. I'm not gonna lie. I like the endurance style races, but this one, 200 laps, it wasn't quote unquote when you look at it, it's not like, wow, this is gonna be really long. But when you realize that the 200 laps at Charlotte took us 3.5 hours, maybe yesterday, maybe 3, a little over 3 hours. For that standpoint, it was pretty long. It was definitely a war of attrition on most of the guys, but the 2 stages I thought helped us out a lot. I know me and Bennett talked about we wish there was only 1 stage because we'd rather see it go green the whole way and see who were the actual top guys at the end if through green flag pit stops and stuff.
I
Well,
can tell you on lap 100, Jacob looked up and goes, "It's fucking 9:50, and it's on lap 100." I'm like, "Yeah, it'll be a long night."
Yeah, what time did that race actually end last night?
11
I can
o'clock.
tell you, I got into admin review at 11:14.
Yeah.
I would say I think it ended at about 10.
Well, your time. Yeah,
My
10 your
time. So
time.
since
Yeah,
we
11 mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you know, I felt like it was longer than last season's because I don't remember last season's going that long, but I think we had more cautions this time. And for some reason, I don't know if to anybody else, but it felt like the cautions took forever.
I feel like it was 5
to
Oh,
cycle
laps.
yeah.
through.
It was 5 pace laps.
Hey, I can tell you, there was about a 25 lap period where those caution laps were long as fuck for somebody that lives in Massachusetts on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I didn't like where I was on track for sure.
I can tell you, I can tell you under caution, there was some kerfuffles going on in the back between a couple people because somebody's an asshole and a hack, but it
There's
is
a
what it is.
couple of those. We got a couple of those.
Someone also flat-footed their gas pedal.
Oh
on the
yeah, somebody
apron.
did. Somebody had some
Yeah.
technical issues.
So let me explain that real quick. Yeah, so I was just cruising under a caution, and for some reason, my throttle decided to just go full force, and I don't know why. So it just drove up into the wall, and then when I went to take off again, it did it again. And luckily, I caught onto it quick and went to pit road and recalibrated it. Went all the way back to 21st.
Yeah, we
But
were going to pit road, right? James is literally he's the car right behind me. I'm looking in my mirror, I can see him. I'm like checking up for the guy in front of me. I'm looking up, making sure James isn't going to hit me. I check up one more time. I look at my mirror. I'm like, I literally lean forward. I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Literally all the way back there.
It was death.
We were we're in team chat, and all I hear is like over race chat. I just hear, "Oh, they're wrecking in 4," and then you just hear James go, "My throttle's stuck," and I hit the wall. We're all like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I barely touched it. I gotta go recalibrate my pedals. I'll be back." It's like, okay. Just
you gotta have some fun though when you ever race that long, and you get cautions like we did after the last stage break. Because if not, you're gonna be bored as fuck just riding around there.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it was
everybody
both-
knows that their favorite thing was Nick's "We're choosing" announcements.
I thought the Mickey Mouse
yeah.
one was the best one.
Can we publicly talk
We didn't
about
hear
that?
one.
Can we? Yeah, no, you didn't hear that one, and I'd like to go ahead and step in and say you're very welcome for not anybody hearing that one because I mic'd up so that nobody would have to listen to that shit.
Oh, I thought
You
I
mic'd
voice
up,
chatted
and that
him.
was when Trevor, took
Yeah,
away his voice
I
chat.
thought I calm
No, you,
muted him there
you
for a
snagged
minute.
him right at the end, dude.
Okay.
No, as soon as he like stopped talking for a minute in our team chat, and I instantly keyed up. I was like, nope, we're not fucking doing this. For everybody who doesn't know, Nick likes to piss everybody off, and every time that the choose cone comes around, he likes to go into different ways and different voices and personas and do different things to tell us that the fucking choose cone is coming. There's about
seem
3 people I
excited,
think that
Bennett.
ag you on every time, and I'd like to give them a shout out. Parker, Jeremy, and
Kevin.
then I think Kevin. Fuck every one of you for agging him on because I have to listen to that shit in my ear in my team chat before, like the whole time building up to what you guys get to hear. He's talking about it, strategizing for it, and then I have to hear it actually come out over the race comp.
So the average maturity of those 3 is like 17, so it makes sense.
Nick, I'll just
Parker's
say
probably the
this
most
way.
mature one.
Nick, you're always welcome back on my team, being that he doesn't want to deal with your nonsense. So
Thanks,
doors
Kevin.
There you go.
James, do you like the choose cone announcements?
Damn it, Nick. That's what Oh,
Or-
I wasn't gonna ask
Well,
that.
I
Not
thought you
fuck
remembered,
the
but
announcements.
I may have brake checked you at the All Star race when you called
He
it out the one
did.
time.
He did. Yeah, he slammed on his brakes.
So
You start screaming.
how do you like the choose cone in general? Because I know last night in our team chat there was a little bit of you weren't too happy because of who was starting in front of you on old tires, and you weren't too happy with it then. But in general, how do you like the choose cone?
It's not bad. I'm getting used to it. First, I'm like, this is gonna be, this is gonna be terrible. And no, it's not bad. And just unfortunately, the situation last night, I didn't want to give up that fourth place. And Blake was just not getting the best starts because he was on older tires, and I just kept pushing him every start. And I couldn't get anywhere. But yeah, uh, I'm mixed on it. I like it and I don't like it. But because yeah, it's just different.
I needed you to not give him such a good push on the restart before the first green white checkered because I was behind you and they wrecked almost instantly and somehow I cleared Matt. So I was up to fifth and then that's when Matt drove down and we wrecked the field. But yeah, I needed you to not give him such a good push on the first one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they wouldn't change lines. I mean, I was hoping Grant would take the outside, try something different, and no, they just kept doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh man, did someone do something different? I got to try something different here. But I mean, I could have took the bottom. Trevor and I were talking about it under caution. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't want to give up the spots because I'm going to go on the bottom, and then sure enough, he'll get a perfect start and take off, and then I'll lose like 3 spots.
The top was where you wanted to be on the restarts. I mean, if you weren't gonna lose a lot of positions by choosing the top, choosing the top, you would choose it every single time. Just I felt like the run off the corner of two was what was going to win you. Besides being the leader, obviously he's going to clear everybody before the start finish line. But if you could start on the top lane, you're getting a position. The guy that's starting parallel with you underneath, you're going to pass him regardless. Like I think we saw that all night really. Besides a few guys, they had to catch it. They fishtailed a little bit and into 1 and 2 sometimes.
I was gonna say on cold tires, I was definitely feeling it starting on the inside, coming out of tube, getting loose, and having to let off just to stay straight.
It was
Well,
rough.
let's talk about stage pitting strategies. I know yesterday me and Nick found out the hard way. Well, me more than him, but found out the hard way. We made the wrong call on our first stage um, for pits, and it was, hey, we were just gonna stay out as long as we can, see what we could do, and I lost a shit ton of time. I think Nick ended up. Did you end up getting stage points in the first one?
Yeah, I got 8th in stage 1.
He got eighth. I think I was in it. I ended up like 14th or something. Um, but what did you guys think?
Stage one was weird because we had the caution on lap 7. So it made it very awkward because it was like 38 to go when we restarted. So you wanted to run that as long as you could. I think that was my intention originally, was just like, if I can run the tank basically out and take the chance there's a caution, like we might make it. But yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, most of the fast guys, and I would like to hear some other input on this. I think most of the fast guys pretty much took just rights on green flag pit stops most of the night. Trevor and I had that discussion Tuesday night, and it worked. I mean, I was making my fastest time on my second set of rights to one set of lefts all night.
Am I a fast guy?
Yeah, you can comment.
I had thought about it a lot, and I never got a chance to practice it. But I totally agree with that 2 tire stop thing because that is the only reason I was where I was at the end of that race.
I mean,
That last stop, I took 2 tires, and it put me in a position where, yeah, I mean, we saw Rob. Rob took 4 tires and then died, but even before that, he just with the 4 tires was not outrunning 2 tire guys. I actually managed to pass him under green, which I never do on even tires to begin with. So, yeah, no, I'm totally with you on a 2 tire stop. I just wish I would have thought of it sooner.
I took
Yeah, I
4
mean,
the first pit stop. The second stage I took 2 but sped. And then the final caution, we were all talking about it in team chat. Schaefer was out of tires, so he had to stay out. But James, myself, and Parker, we all took 2 on that last caution to get the track position we did.
Yeah, I mean, I started 21st and got third in the first stage because of that strategy. Like, I mean, it helped. I was pretty quick on long-term speed anyway, but sucked on a quali run. But yeah, that was the only thing that helped me was that two-tire strategy.
So did you learn? Was it a progressional? Like, did you learn something in stage 1 to do in stage 2, or did you guys already practiced what you were gonna do before?
You could just tell off the tire wear from practice on
Mhm.
Tuesday that 2 tires were gonna work, and I mean, it worked. If you go back to last season's race even, the only real change to the car is they took 200 RPM out of it. Um, so you go back and look and what Justice was able to do in 20 laps on 2 tires. I mean, shit, he should have won that race.
Yeah,
And I'll
coulda,
admit
woulda.
it, he should have won that race. He had me beat because I burnt the shit up on the top line trying to pass him. But if you look back at that and you go to this one, I mean, 2 tires could have worked. I just didn't think that you could get away with taking 2, and waiting for a caution. I figured you'd have to get lefts at some point, but I mean, I talked to Caleb yesterday, and he took 2 every green flag pit stop we had to make. Um, and I mean, that's how he won the race.
All right. Well, speaking of Caleb, winning the race second time this year. He also won. Where else did he win at?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah. So congrats to Caleb. He's fucking quick again, dude, and
Is
it's
that
just miserable
Hey,
for some of
it's barrels or victory lane for the
yeah,
54, man.
for shit.
them.
Nowhere in
Yeah.
between.
We have 3 or 4 two-time winners this season.
I think he's our third.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
Because we
you,
got.
Burns, and him.
I
Yep.
couldn't. And Rob's got 1. Bennett, you've
Yep.
got 1.
I've
Nick's
got
got
one.
1. Okay. Loveland's
Yep.
got 1.
Yep.
Mhm.
Kevin, you got to get a fucking win. Oh wait, you had 1.
Had.
It
He
never gets.
technically
Never
had.
still
gets
has
old.
one.
It has one. It
Technically,
just doesn't
Oh, it never gets
count.
old.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin has 1. So we all
I
technically have a
won
win.
a race. Just don't count. It's fine.
Hey,
I'm
you
sorry,
still
Kevin.
got playoff
That wasn't
eligibility.
meant to be a shot, but then I've
It's
remembered
fine.
and I kind of had to take it.
Hey, you
If
gotta
we're
get a
gonna-
win.
No, he doesn't.
It's all
So
right.
if we're gonna
Oh, I thought
talk
he did.
about stage pitting,
Oh, Justice
Tate
doesn't
while
have
took
we're
it.
one either.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, that's
fuck
right.
you, Trevor. Hey, I would have had one last night if somebody else didn't speed on pit road, and then we had a
Had
total.
somebody
we
not
had-
hit me under caution like a fucking idiot, I would have had the
We-
lucky dog first.
We had what you would call an old fashioned biggest thing in your pants contest at the end of that stage.
I left admin chat on
We-
lap like 98 and never
We-
came back. Just did
Yeah.
not give 2 shits less about what was going on.
We
Yeah,
heard
no,
the
Matt
beep.
wanted to tell you something, and he was like, Nick, can you tell Trevor my graphics are fucked, so I'm going to let him by? And Nick was like, yeah, Trevor's not here anymore.
We heard the beep in admin chat because obviously Justice and Trevor were talking about the incident, and we heard the
We
beep.
were not talking.
We were not talking by
To-
any
we were
means.
yelling.
They were yelling about an incident, and we heard a beep saying user left the channel, and we knew it could have been one of them. Kevin mics up and goes, "Who left?" All you hear is just a voice. Who do you think? We knew who it was.
It was obvious. I was
Dude,
like,
it
who
was-
do you think left?
It was heated in I don't think because I was muted in Discord, so the team couldn't hear me. But that next caution, there was a legit debate between me and myself over over our team comms. If I go up there and hit you, I think Parker egged me on to go do it, along with Schaefer.
yeah.
but-
That's fun.
Yeah.
Parker's done that
It-
to me. Like the first race I probably ran in URL in the next gen cars when we still had the fucking you could run them wide open everywhere package. I like
Oh, the
got
best
underneath.
package, you mean?
Yeah, I got underneath an unnamed admin in that league. He got pissed off, turned down, spun himself, and then he egged on Parker to wreck me on pit road, and Parker did it. So
Parker's great, dude. He will either egg you on to do something stupid, or he will proceed to do the stupid thing for you. It's great. It's the greatest teammate out
Parker's like
Just
the biggest hype
remember
man
that, James.
teammate. Parker's like the biggest hype man teammate that will hype you up to do anything, but if you tell that fucking kid to do anything, he'll also do it right away.
He'll do it. Yeah.
there. I love Parker.
He doesn't need to be
Uh,
told to wreck me. He does it on his own. It's fine.
Hey, he got a top
smart
5
man.
last night.
Hey, he did super good. I think there was 2 laps yesterday where me, him, and Wayne were 3 wide, the entire 2 laps, and it was me on the bottom, Parker in the middle, and
Oh,
Wayne
yeah.
up top. And if it
Oh yeah, no,
wasn't,
he's came a long way.
dude,
Hey-
and if it wasn't for Wayne not giving us enough room because he had room at the top, dude, I mean, we were right there, like we were just fine.
I told everybody last night before the race started. I was like, Parker and Schaefer, one of y'all's getting a top 10, one of y'all's getting a top 5 or a top 15. And lo and behold, Parker gets a top 5, and Schaefer had a top 10 up until that I think he had made contact with Rob or something down the back straightaway.
Mhm.
He was on old tires and was doing everything he could to hang on to it, and ends up getting that top 15. I mean,
He
both of
needed
them
that
had
shit to
Yeah.
go green when we got the caution with 25 to go. If that goes green, he gets a top 5.
Yeah, Schaefer had a great run for himself last night, and
I think
Parker
everybody
again
wanted
with
that to go green.
a top 5.
Yeah.
Well, so my question here, if that goes green, so Loveland and I were having a huge debate about it, was if you could make it or not on fuel.
Once we took the pit stop where Blake and Grant were up front because they had taken fuel, everybody could have made it because the rest of the field went and pitted and got enough fuel to get to the finish. And that was with like 26
Well, I
or
knew
25 to
one.
go,
I'm talking
something like
about
that.
the run before that. I think we all pit and it was like 34, 35 to go, if I
No, it
remember
was
right.
30. It was 38 to go
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it
we
was
weren't
going to
gonna make
put
it.
us. It was going to put us like 5 laps short.
See, Schaefer said he had saved enough to make it,
Oof.
and Grant and Blake were back there with him.
So Grant and Blake actually went into the pits one extra time too, like right before we got the 1 to green. So they had just a little more fuel than the rest of the field, but it was still going to be big. They were still going to have to save 4 laps of fuel, and that's tough. I don't care where you're at.
I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Grant.
It's going to be Grant. Yeah, I
Oh,
give you
yeah.
that.
Always, no contest there.
I don't know how he does it. I honestly have no clue.
It's all about that foot.
I do.
according to him.
I get the worst fuel mileage, I swear, than everybody, because we'll
It's
be
either
in,
me or you,
I know
one
that.
of us.
we'll be in team chat, and Parker will ask, "Hey, how many laps y'all got left?" And we're all on the same pace strategy. I'm like, "Oh, I've got like 9.5," and Loveland's like, "Oh, I've got like 10.5, 10.8." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why and how?"
Yeah, that's the bigger one. Is how.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
he's like on my bumper. Been there for 15 laps. I'm like, how do you have another gallon and a half than I do? I don't get it. We're running the same fucking pace.
I already told you how to improve the aerodynamics on your car.
I
but
just
you
gotta
won't
stick my
listen
head
to
out
me.
the roof.
Stick
I'm
your
sorry.
fucking head out, dude. It's smoother than the top. It's gonna go right over. You're gonna be up there with that fuel mileage in no time.
Fuck you.
Well, so last night, speaking of these cautions, we fucked it again. Another race that ended under caution. That makes what, 3 now or 2? 2. This is our second one this
Two
year.
this season?
Yep,
Atlanta?
because yep.
Atlanta in here. Yeah.
Oh, Dega.
Oh no,
Dega.
No,
Oh,
Dega.
it was
Yeah.
not
The
Dega.
third
It
one.
was not Dega. No,
Yeah,
I
so
thought
this is-
Atlanta finished.
Atlanta finished under green because we got to
Yeah.
the white flag.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
So-
one that Kevin fucked?
Yes.
What?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Kevin won.
No.
I mean, Kevin
Oh.
Me
won.
never.
Speaking of fuck,
No
that's when Schaefer
way.
fucked me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had 12 last night. We had 12 cautions, 46 laps.
Well,
pacing.
so no, we had 10.
Up right here.
Right.
So,
We had
oh,
2
sorry,
per
sorry.
stage.
Yeah, 2 stages, so 10, right? And probably 40, 38 laps of
Thought we
actual
had one
caution.
early.
Actually,
We
to
had
be
one on the
fair,
8.
think about it. We had 10 of them. 9 of them were after the second stage break. If you're talking about
Yeah.
4 calls, because the only one that happened before lap 100 that was
Was
4
John's.
calls was
Was
John
Fike and
on lap 7.
yeah.
It was me.
Oh.
It was me and
All your
Fike.
fault. All your fault.
Yeah.
Gosh, you got wrapped
Fike
in a bunch.
messaged me.
You got wrapped up in a bunch yesterday, huh?
Oh yeah, he was just wrecking everyone.
Just everywhere.
Well, the first green white checkered was less than my fault as well.
I'm gonna put the exterminator above your car. It's gonna go with the bugs thing.
Apparently,
And-
apparently I got to put the judge on it. I don't know. I've never heard that nickname before until last night on the broadcast.
Apparently, you
Call
just
you
need to
Judge Judy.
run something other than an all about bugs paint scheme because they seem to be
Yeah, I don't-
cursed no matter what you do.
The purple and gold was the only one that seemed to work. I don't know. I might have to go back to it.
Grant ran a Lemonhead scheme last night. Got himself a podium.
I might
Good
just put a
old
Chapman environmental
lemons.
scheme on my car.
Dude,
And
I
it
actually have
adds
the
Apparently
good
that adds
extra
perfect.
like 15
horsepower, I
horse.
heard. Yeah.
Dude, check this out. A little risky. I actually have another slurp scheme.
It's orange.
No, yeah, it's orange.
We don't need. We don't
Is there
need
any
three
more? Is there any
slurp
more
cars.
E-Man V-Speed schemes out there? Might need that one.
Hey, if you want, I can get you a good scheme.
I can get you a Black Rifle and OSR Foundation scheme.
Yeah, no, I'm not matching Parker.
I
That's
got
the
one with
last
your
thing we
face
need
on
is
it if you
another
want that one.
multi-mix car out there.
It's won 2 races this season. You can't knock it.
That's fair. That beats the slurp record this year.
Well, to be fair, you got Jacob running the other slurp scheme, so you're fucked on that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, do we want to talk about the bet that was made?
Ooh,
There's a bet?
James, have you
Right,
heard
yeah.
about this yet?
There was a bet that was made, and
Brief-
Trevor,
A little bit yesterday.
I'll let you take this one so you get all the details correct. But
So-
it sounds pretty interesting. Sounds like Baldy might not be bald again.
There was some shit talking going on yesterday during some Call of Duty game play with me, Justice, and Jacob. And Jacob goes, "You know what? If I win a race this season, you have to grow your hair out." And I was like, "Fuck, I'll take that bet. Like, you're not winning a fucking race this
Safe
season.
bet.
That's simple."
Uh,
So the gist of it is, if Jacob wins, I have to grow my hair out past what is essentially a buzz cut. And then after that point, which knowing my hair will probably take 2 to 3 months to get that long because I can't grow hair, hence why I'm bald. After that point that it gets to that length, I have to then keep it that long until he no longer finishes, I believe, in the top 10.
I believe is
top
what he
10,
said.
so it's
Yep.
1 week. You're
Yeah,
good.
so it's 1 week after that, but you know, if Jacob does win a race, I have to grow my hair out and will no longer be bald.
Honestly, it
You'll
sounds
have to put the
pretty
roof
good.
flat back down.
Yeah, we'll have to put the roof flat back down. So you know, I got to
When
worry
do we go
about.
to a super speedway again?
Yeah, so
I'm
we
working
got
with BD. Nick, we're working with BDE that week.
Atlanta.
Yeah, we're gonna
No.
kick Trevor out.
it'll be Daytona, or no, it'll
Is it
be
the
Atlanta.
last
It'll be
chance?
Atlanta
Atlanta,
before
it'll be Atlanta
Daytona.
first.
Yeah, it'll be Atlanta, Daytona, and then Talladega. And then
Plus
maybe a road
Chicago
course.
Street.
Yeah, I'm not worried, dude. He's gonna
He's
he
gonna
talks
pound
so
a
much shit.
wall.
Yeah, he
He's-
talks so much shit at
yeah.
Coda, and then the first lap goes blowing past Trevor Keith at Mach Jesus.
Listen,
and
he's
Good God, dude.
he is good at practice on Tuesdays at road courses, but when it comes to the actual race, I don't know what the fuck happens.
Pi-
He just
piss
Hey,
now,
loses
I mean-
everything.
I mean, let's talk about it. He is our sole Monday night event winner right now.
Correct. We
It's
don't race.
because
We
we
don't
all-
race the
all
wrong
of us-
cars.
Look, I'm just saying, you got to give the credit where the credit's due. I'm rooting for him because I want to see Trevor with hair.
Oh, I'd love to
I
see
think,
Jacob get a win.
I think Parker wins Chicago Street. I'm calling it now.
Oh, Rook Parker.
I would love to see a battle between both of them.
Oh my God, that would
And
be
then
the
I would-
best battle ever.
I'll tell you
the
that-
I'll
amount
tell you
of
what-
walls and cars slamming into each other with those two battling for the lead would be incredible.
I think I'm gonna find a rent a rig in Vegas while I'm there and run the race from that.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Dude, I have an extra PC. Stop by, pick it up on the way. I'll be in Arizona.
I'll see if Delta can just make us pit stop and we gotta pick some shit
Yeah, there you
up.
go.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
stop in Phoenix. I'll run to the airport real quick. Yeah, get you something. So, Charlotte, anything else we want to talk about?
It was better with yellow walls. I'll keep saying it. Lowe's Motor Speedway was better.
I believe that was said on the
Uh,
broadcast. That was like the farthest I've gotten into it. It was one of the first things.
Oh, was
Jacob
it? Did they
said.
actually
Yeah,
talk about that?
yeah. Jacob
Yeah.
introducing it was like, or maybe Lowe's, as some people would know. I
Oh,
was like,
uh,
I didn't even catch that. That's
For anybody
I
that
watched the broadcast on my lunch break. I had an hour to watch a 3-hour race, so it was kind of fast
How'd
forwarding
that,
through.
how'd that
double
go?
tapping the screen a lot, huh?
I mean, I saw a couple of interesting happenstances throughout the race. I caught all the cautions. That's about it.
for a lot of people that watch the broadcast, I think you would notice. I don't know if you listened to this or not, Kevin, but Patrick panned to Bennett, and he was talking about how much Bennett. Well, Mr. Michael Bennett looks like he's been practicing today. You know, he's moved up to the front a lot. You know, this definitely isn't Rocket League, Bennett. So good for you.
Yeah, he's over here like talking about how good you are at Rocket League. I'm like, here it goes.
Dude, he came into the chat or into my Discord one time for like 20 minutes and watched me play terrible Rocket League. It was horrible. I was doing so bad. I haven't watched the broadcast back yet, so I haven't seen the comments, but I'm excited to see
I
about
was
it.
gonna say,
I love Patrick, dude.
Patrick takes good care of the guys he likes. That's all I'm gonna say.
100%.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, most airtime for somebody who hadn't had a fucking win up until Richmond, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but thanks for all the airtime, Patrick. You're the real MVP, dude. All right, well, let's move on to Gateway. Gateway.
Ass.
Yep. Who did we run Gateway last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Who
we did.
won? Who won?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Rob was
Rob did.
gifted a win.
Gifted
Yeah.
a win. Justice, I feel like you'd like to talk about that for a second.
He's
Yeah,
complaining about a
I
parking lot.
actually said it to James earlier in chat. Was I felt good about myself for about 45 seconds because I was like 2.5 or almost 3/10 faster than second, and then here comes James, and next thing you know, I'm on the outside pole because he clipped me by like 100th or 200ths or some shit like that. But we ended up getting screwed. Hopefully, Grant knows where to brake for pit road this time, because we got screwed in the green flag pit cycle. Actually, James was leading, Trevor was second, I was third. When we came out from the green flag pit cycle, I was ahead of James, and then Trevor was behind him. And then Grant fucked it going into pit road, got a caution, trapped us a lap down. We took the wave around, got stuck behind Peyton. Peyton was exiting 4, half
He
spinning
died.
off the apron, dies. Next thing you know, it's a parking lot party with 4 of the 6 people on the podcast. With me,
I got
James,
through
Trevor,
that.
and Nick.
I got
Oh,
stopped.
you got through it.
Yeah, I got
that's what it
stopped
was.
for it, but you and Loveland both died.
Yeah, I think I went bouncing like over Loveland's hood, and the next thing you know, Loveland was in his pit box.
Yeah. It was a rough night.
Oh God.
I wish we had the replay of that, and then we could add like a song to it.
I was
And
trying
then-
to look
Well, we
for
can
it because
find it.
we
It's
do
not
have the
hard.
replay of it for the broadcast, but I was trying to find the picture because there was a picture that we took of that exact instance, but
Mhm.
I couldn't find it, so I gave
It
up
was a
on
part of the so when Patrick does the finding the replay screen
Yeah,
and he shows
yes.
a bunch of it was for the longest time it was one of those pictures on that montage.
Man, didn't you feel special? Like I'm still on there in the old Smartwave Solar Carp, just posted up
Pushing the
right out
block
front,
over.
dude. Yep.
At first, you feel like,
Yeah.
wow, this is kind of cool. My car's there. Then you realize why you're
It's
there.
a
You know.
wreck.
Now I will
Oh,
say
God.
when I won at Talladega, that's in there too. My first win. You can now it was on somebody else flipping through the
Yeah.
infield.
I'm gonna say this: you feel special that your car's in the picture, unless you're Kevin and you realize that you're in every picture.
I'm not in every picture.
Like
Or
Am I in
Kevin's in
98%.
all-
Oh,
Kevin
not
was
the
in,
ones
like,
of other
all of the-
leagues.
Yes,
Not the yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Hold
Kevin
on,
was
did
in
I miss
all
some-
of the RR pictures.
He's
for
going back to the
season one.
broadcast right now. Yeah.
Oh, the wreck pictures. Yeah,
The
yeah,
wreck
yeah.
montage.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the ones from last night. I'm like, I looked
No.
through. I
No,
made it
God,
into the
no.
corner of one of them, I think.
No, and then I guess the most epic of those montages is still I don't know how you and Rob got airborne at fucking Nashville in the Xfinity cars at the
Fast.
fairgrounds.
We did it fast.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, how do we like the track?
Oh yeah, we
Nick?
totally took that.
Yeah, we just went way
sidetracked
off
really quick.
topic
Look,
there.
So-
Yeah.
I will give everybody what Bennett said when he goes, "What's Gateway like?" And me and Trevor at the same time both said Darlington without the banking, and Bennett goes, "Well, I am fucked," just as loud as he said it.
Let's not forget, it's backwards. Turn 1 is
Yeah.
the shitty turn.
Doesn't
Yeah.
fucking
I-
matter. It's
So
Darlington.
I think Gateway is it's like an oxymoron track. You know, you got these long straights, and then you got these they're not small turns, like they're wide turns, but they're low speed turns, especially turn 1 and 2. Feels like you're at like Darlington, yeah, like you feel like you're in 3 and 4, and Darlington, like Jesus Christ, like if am I gonna like make this turn or not, and then half the guys are gonna be slamming into the wall coming off of 2, and then 3 and 4 you're like, wow, I can go 50 miles an hour faster over here, and you're just trying to carry as much speed off the corner as you can on 4, and well, we saw what happens if you carry a little bit too much speed, ends up with a parking lot on the front stretch.
I got an interesting second pick when we do the next portion. Is who's gonna get in the who's gonna hit the wall down the back straight where it splits.
Oh yeah, we had a close call at last week.
Yeah. So no, it'll be interesting because 1 and 2, and Loveland may be able to shed some more light on this. But if you don't perfectly get, because it has like a little offset where it like goes down. If you don't perfectly get set on that, you're fucked off in 1 and 2. Like you're getting outrun by everybody.
Yeah, you got to time it right, or you're just get tight off the corner or too high off the corner, and people take advantage of it. Sucks.
I hate 1 and 2.
Oh, it should be
Same.
should
I
be
hate this.
interesting.
Hate this track.
It's 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is where Jeremy sent it last year and like
Yeah,
almost wrecked 3 people.
Flat
Yeah.
as shit. Like
Yeah.
all the way to the top, it's flat.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it has
Does
a
it
little bit of banking, but
Is it kind of like turn 1 at Phoenix?
think of
I
it
don't
like
remember.
think.
Like
Well,
yeah,
you-
it's
No,
kind
it's more
of.
like turn.
Like how Phoenix is like flat
Yeah,
before you get to the backstretch.
It's flat. It's just not as sweepy as Fair.
Kinda,
Phoenix is more
yeah.
like you sweep around the corner.
it's more like
Gateway,
New
you have to
Hampshire,
actually
flat.
turn.
Okay.
It's weird.
It's
Gateway.
basically like Darlington and New Hampshire
But
Motor
flat,
Speedway
huh?
had an
Yeah.
illegitimate chop.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Gateway.
Okay.
Gateway's like a
Can we
short
not
track,
stop?
like turn, but also, by the way, I do like New Hampshire, not just because I'm from Massachusetts, but I do like the track. Anyway,
No, you're just
Gateway.
biased.
Yeah, good plug there, Nick.
Gateway, it's weird because it's like short track turns, but you don't take it like a short track. You have to enter like into like the third lane or fourth lane, and you have to come down into it. If you don't do that, you're eating up your tires, and the guy on the outside is going to go right by you.
I'll mention another interesting fact. The bottom lane of that track has less banking than the rest of the track.
Yeah, so you have to even go slower, and you just.
It's not progressive banking either. It's just the bottom lane is flat and the rest of the track is banked. The bottom lane is basically the apron. You can run it. You're going to die. It's not going to wreck you like if you run the apron at Darlington. But, you're not going to be able to turn because it's so flat. It's just really weird. I don't think, at least to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's another track with that kind of banking set up on a NASCAR circuit.
I think Parker dealt with that last season. I think that's what happened. Parker was on the low lane and Kynan was in front of him, and Parker's like, God, he's like, he said it, like he's like, come on, Kynan, go! Like he was going slow, and Parker, he like put his tires underneath the white line that was over there, and he got under Kynan. He did perfectly getting to it, but when he was coming off the corner, he flat-footed the accelerator and just took out the 3 guys that were on top of him.
The Delta scheme.
Gateway Pit Road still provides one of the funniest like URL moments too. It's like, don't drive too close to the right side. You're gonna hit the staircase, and I'm like, you can't hit the staircase.
You go right through
right,
it.
right.
It's
Coming from the
ghosted.
same guy that
yeah.
hit the pit barrels at Homestead.
Oh my god, that was
Jesus, yeah.
Talking about, we're 4-4 in the last 4 races. Someone has hit barrels all 4 races.
Well, this is
Hey,
true.
there's no barrels at Wilkesboro, so I did
We'll
not
put
hit barrels.
asterisk
No,
next
there's
to
a
that.
tire.
Yeah.
There's
There's
a
a
tire.
Yes.
Hey James,
There's
so
not enough room for barrels.
James, really quick, talking about the other league. Do you think the IQ of this league is higher than the previous league from admin
Oh my
point of
God.
view?
Additive or average?
Here it is.
Average? I mean, I think
would-
I think it's the same answer's gonna be the same for either or.
5 of the 6 above, 1 below.
I would say it's higher in this league.
I knew I could count on you,
sure.
buddy.
Hey, so
Trying to make it better.
speaking of the other league, hearing about
There's a
they
recruit
still
race going
racing?
on, but yeah, they're
here in
recruiting
20
tonight.
minutes they're recruiting at
Yeah.
Michigan in the Indy cars. If Y'all want to go hunt some
Oh,
Do they
turkeys?
even
I'm
I don't
going.
really have
anymore?
anything to. I don't
I'm
really have
going.
anything to do.
You said Indy cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
got
just
your
wanna
They
wheel.
go-
go. Look, Kevin. Kevin
race-
is ready,
What
son.
we're
They race
Alright.
Wednesdays. They race the same
Oh,
days we do.
Is
Yeah.
this what we're
What we're
doing?
I don't have an
Dude,
Indy
I
wheel.
have won
I just have a
every
regular
single
wheel.
Indy car race I've ever done with them. I have won
Uh,
every single IndyCar race I've ever
Oh.
done that they
So
hosted.
it starts at 8 or 9
Okay, we
y'all
got time.
So
We gotta fucking
we've
get the
got
fuck
10
outta
minutes
here.
to wrap this up to go invade their shit.
Oh,
if
we
we're gonna
forgot
do
the
it.
most important question to ask
We
James. James, what equipment are you
No,
using? Like
no.
wheel wise and stuff.
Oh, I thought we were going carriage
Oh,
carts.
I
here.
could turn the
I
screen,
can
but
ask him that.
I gotta ignore
Oh,
the
there we
room
go.
because
Yeah.
Oh,
Fanatec
nice.
setup with actually my TV because this is a temporary setup
Gotcha.
till
Yeah.
I get my own place and whatnot.
Well,
But yeah, I got a Fanatec wheel and pedals.
what wheel?
What
CSL.
kind?
Oh, see, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Sick.
Yeah. So and then I got a shifter down there. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
is that
Trevor's gonna buy me one for my
you don't
birthday.
have the direct drive CSL then, right, for the wheelbase? You have the
no,
the
No.
podium, whatever. What is it
just a
called?
CSL Elite or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's pick our winners. James, do you listen to the podcast?
here and there, yeah.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
just
sick.
lie.
Okay,
Just
that's
lie.
yeah. You just have to
Yeah.
come on and say yeah, but
I
it's
probably
okay.
haven't watched every episode, but I've watched a few. I'll say that.
Oh, nice. Okay. So at the end, what we do, we go through, we pick winners, pick an upset winner. Do we wanna just do winners and upset winners this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it
Yeah.
going.
Or do
Can't
we
pick
want to
yourself.
talk about how everybody's gonna pick Justice to hit the little gap in the wall?
Well, I mean,
No, I know how I'm
It's
picking
a
it.
little
you can pick
gap.
my teammate for sure.
So yeah. So anyways, how it works? You get to go first since you're the special guest. Pick a winner. Who you think's gonna win? And then an upset winner. Can't be yourself. Then obviously the rest of us, we can't pick who you pick.
All right. Well, I gotta say that 02 guy, man, he's really fast. I think he's no. I'm just kidding. No.
Oh, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Should get him on the podcast.
I don't know. I mean, I can't remember too much of the race, but I think Caleb was up there last time, and I think he's gonna go back to back. I think he's gonna have a lot of momentum and steal another one here.
Yeah. Upset
As for
winner.
the upset winner,
Shut
Nick.
up, Nick.
I can't steal the other Trevor. I know Trevor's got his own pick, so
I'm about to say you can't take my pick, damn it.
no, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. No, not you, Nick. You'll be out in lap 10.
Oh, love it.
No, just kidding.
Damn.
The only
Uh,
person that's going to be more upset than anyone if Nick wins is me, because of that damn bracket.
I'm gonna go with ironically, the number 56, Brandon Dunford. I mean, maybe he
His
didn't show a
old
lot of
number.
speed last night, but I don't know. The last handful of races, he's been up front and competitive, so he might come out and steal one from this. And yeah, it's very awkward seeing his number when it used to be mine in the last league. So
I'm surprised he's one of the guys I'm surprised that hasn't won yet this year so far.
yeah, he's got a lot of speed. I don't know what happened last night, but I mean, when I was up there, he was in the top 5, running really strong. So I don't know. He could probably pull an upset this week. Who knows?
Yep. I totally agree with you. All right, who's Kevin, you go.
No.
Oh, fine, I'll go. All right.
No. I have no idea. It's freaking
That's
Gateway.
that's totally fine. That's why I could sense that I was going to give you the opportunity to go second with a bunch of picks, but you can go last now. So
That's fine.
my pick, I'm going to go with Mr. All About Barrels up there, and yeah, that's why I wanted to go next. So I think he's got it. Like everybody talked about, kind of got taken from him last year. So we'll see how it goes. Upset. I think I might jump on this train of just find one guy and pick him until he fucking wins. And honestly, I'm fighting over two people, but I think I'm going to go with my teammate Matt Robinson. He's
as
got
he has more than
speed.
Is he gonna have
17
18 FPS?
As long as his fucking monitors work, okay. For some reason on our team, equipment doesn't work. Fucking internet, pedals, pit entrances, whatever the fuck we're talking about. Nick's blinky ass internet. It was a part of the initiation thing. We don't have good equipment, but
We
we
all
love
have
being
disabilities
here.
of some sort.
Well,
I wouldn't
all
go
right.
that far, Nick. It's just you.
Just one of
Just
us
you, Nick,
has,
yeah.
yeah. But he's got speed everywhere. He's just got to close something out, really. And when he doesn't have FPS issues, he's a decent, he's a good driver. So we'll see if he can get a win. Justice, go ahead.
Oh man, perfect. Good. So I take for the winner. I'm gonna go ahead and take Rob to join the 2-time winner club. Think he'll be available up there. He'll make his way, and if he doesn't, he'll complain about pace speed in the back once he gets back there, along with Mr. Alves. For the upset winner, since the bald bandit pissed me off last night, I'm gonna take Trevor Keith as my
You
upset winner.
Got him.
Oh,
You got him.
Oh, you
Oh,
son of a
man.
bitch! I swear to
Yikes.
God, dude, if Keith wins Wednesday,
On the
I'm gonna
one
be
week.
so
Oh, the
pissed.
one week.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be so
now
funny.
now the bitch box came to the podcast.
That's right.
Nick, who you
Oh,
got?
I don't even get to go next after that
Nah.
fucking
No,
insult.
because you're gonna like this, Trevor. I swear you're gonna like this. I promise. I promise. I promise. So for my winner, I'm gonna go with the old man that's gonna be shaving this week, Mr. Trevor Earhart. He's right here on my screen.
That's me.
That's Bennett on my screen.
Yeah.
it's
He's down here on my screen.
Yeah, he's like
right
two
over
over.
there.
Over on my
Here.
screen.
Two
Just
over.
put it to
But
No.
but for my upset winner, I'm gonna take this guy. He's already credited with a win per se, but I think he's been sneaky fast on short tracks. He just hasn't been able to close it out so far. But I'm gonna take Tay McDonald. I think he actually cracks the real winners column this week, and might be an upset. And actually, the asterisk may be taken off his resume now.
Can't believe
All
Nick
right.
actually picked me. I don't know what to do now.
All right, Baldy.
win.
Nick.
The
Good
crazy
next
part
up.
is we've all left you the fucking layup here. Don't fuck it up.
Well, yeah, I'm taking my teammate. Duh.
Parker?
one?
Oh man.
Mr. Loveland over there. Nobody he and Justice had it covered last season. I don't know why we think it's gonna be any different this season. So I'm going with the sure thing. I'm gonna go with my teammate. And he's gonna be the fourth 2-time winner this season. So that's mine. There, and since Justice so elegantly fucked me over here because he thinks I can't race by him cleanly and can't, has to hit people under caution because he's a hack.
I think we just want to see you pick somebody else. A lot of people in the league, dude.
Yeah,
lot
there's
of
a lot of
people.
people in the league.
So are we gonna have a Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin thing next week with you two?
Chase
Like
Elliott
they did
stuff.
last year.
We could.
could.
You never know.
That could happen any week. The way that admin chat went last night, I was surprised it didn't happen last night.
Dude, it came close. It came close. I was about I was about 3 car lengths away from making a really bad decision, but
We were gonna both end up not racing at Gateway. Is what was about to
Yeah.
happen.
I think for my dark horse pick, I'm gonna go with another person who's already won this season, and he is our elegant host.
Ooh.
Um,
I didn't know I was
man.
hosting tonight, guys.
No, I'm gonna go with Bennett. Ran really well at Richmond, and another semi kind of short flat track, and I think he might surprise us all.
But I just want to say you wouldn't be my surprise winner because you're always a winner to me.
Hey, Nick, shut the fuck up. I'm going to take one of those bald comments back.
Just one back.
Yeah,
Just one. I'll probably lose. You jinx me. All right, Kevin.
All right. Just before I do this, Loveland, who did you pick for the winner? Just to make sure.
Caleb.
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 Okay.
Back to back.
Did you
So-
write? Did you write all the answers
Yeah,
down
he's
so
got
you
a
would know?
fucking
Yeah, he
pen in
got it
there.
right. He made notes down.
He did.
Yeah, except for his. He picked
When you're picking
Caleb.
last, it's hard.
Yeah, no, so that's I was gonna go with Caleb, but you know, I don't know whether to pick this guy as a dark horse or as my expected winner. But looking back at last year, he finished 7th, he ran good all race, and he's been running kick ass all year and just hasn't gotten it done. I want to go with Alex Forget
Ooh.
at Gateway
Nice,
because he's been
nice.
good at the
Good
weird
pick.
tracks. His French pedals seem to excel when the tracks are weird, and can't get really much weirder with an oval and Gateway. So we're gonna kick ass with that guy. And as far as the dark horse, God, I wish I could pick Darrell Johnson just to piss off Justice, but you know, just looking back at it, you know, thinking about who's been running well this season, not been able to get it done. Nick, you're not a dark horse.
That's a compliment, Kevin. I take that.
God damn it.
God damn it.
I'm gonna
Nick.
hear
You're
about
not a
that
dark horse, and I don't
forever.
want you to win because I got to beat you in a bracket. But we got Brandon Richardson.
Ooh.
He finished
Alright.
third
Oh my
last
God.
year. He finished
Alright.
third last year, and this season's just been going like shit.
Kevin
And
went
I
and
think
looked
he
up
can do it
stats.
again.
Kevin
I have to look up
He
stats,
did.
man.
He
He's
did.
got other priorities, man.
Well, speaking
Dude,
of what you just
I
said,
really think so.
let's touch on it because we kind of lost some steam in we haven't talked about it in a little while, probably because the majority of us got eliminated. But
Yeah, some sore losers in here.
yeah,
The final four are all
Yeah.
in this corner over
I
here.
I understand. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm a fucking sore loser. Calm down, guys. All right.
all your fault.
I have the right to be emotional. All right. So, anyways, last race in the bracket, coming up at Gateway, and we've got
Kevin
Nick
versus Nick.
and Kevin. Right.
Yeah.
So, actually, let's do this real quick before we leave. Of the other 4 people in here, who we think's winning this matchup?
Nick.
Nick.
Oh,
That was
damn!
quick.
I was gonna
Oh my
call
God.
on one by one, but never mind.
Who's gonna win?
Uh,
It's Nick. Nick,
No
yeah.
offense, Kevin, but you were god awful here last season, so I don't
Are
have
you
a
salty?
lot of
Not.
victories.
Hold on,
He
is this
shreds
coming
tires
from
and it's
you?
supposed to be hot as fuck.
Hold on, is
I
this coming
love
from you being
Gateway.
salty?
No,
Is this coming
I'm
from you
actually
being
gonna
salty
practice
about
for
him?
one.
I have nothing to be salty about because what happened to me last night at the end of the race was my own fault because I stayed out with a meatball flag knowing damn well what was going to happen if my black flag didn't get cleared. And then we wrecked on the second attempt at the green white checkered, so it never got cleared and I got disqualified. Like, I'm not salty about it. It's my own fault, but I just think Nick's going to have a better run.
All right, well, I'm gonna pick Kevin, and I'm gonna pick Kevin because I want Nick to be mad, and I would like to see this actually turn into a
Yeah.
real bout. And you two, like, I'd love to see it come down to at the end, you two competing for the win. I think that would
We'll
be
be in
the
11th
most
place
entertaining.
banging doors for the bracket challenge.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be laps down with broken cars, just like 8 laps down, just wrecking each other for last place.
I mainly want Nick to lose. I mean, I picked him to win, but I want him to lose so that we can get more like Loveland roasting him in all the chats.
Aw.
Oh,
That's,
God.
that's what I'm
please.
looking for.
That'd be great.
Don't
Well,
let us down,
Loveland,
Kevin.
Here's your chance.
Wait, who did you pick, James?
Kevin.
Nobody. Yep.
Oh.
You pick Kevin? Oh, I didn't hear you.
All right, all right. Ding ding,
All right.
motherfucker.
I'll
So
do what I
you
gotta
got?
do so we can win. No, I'm
Turn one, lap
Pay
one.
you, bro. I'll
James,
pay you, bro.
Hey,
James, and-
hey, he can listen. He can do what we saw last year at Gateway. Turn one, lap one. Just take Nick out. We didn't even address
Let's
that
do
about
it.
Gateway.
Oh,
How
that's
did we
right.
not? God.
I mean, we all missed the race, so if you'd like to touch on it,
we got
have
5
a
minutes. We can
second.
talk about it really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
Go for it.
the most interesting part of Gateway last season.
Hey, their practice is up. It's a 40-minute practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I
sick.
already
We got plenty of time
registered.
then.
I
Yeah,
already
are we doing-
registered.
Are we doing this?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
not.
am.
No,
Oh,
the
I'm not even
admin
on my
can.
race.
The admin can't. They're over here acting like they can. We have to go do review. But anyway,
I can do
Um,
review.
I can review and drive an IndyCar at the same
Yeah,
time. I
we're
already
Getting
know
off
all
subject.
that.
subject. We're getting off subject.
Anyways, we got 4 minutes.
So you get everybody knows Jacob's got a big mouth, a lot of talking shit. So apparently, him and Ray make contact. He apologizes. Like
Fuck, that was
Jacob took
Gateway?
ownership.
Yeah.
Yes, Jacob took
Oh.
ownership for once that he fucked up, wrecked, and apparently Ray didn't like it. Ray
Didn't he
hits
make a
him.
comment though?
Ray hit him, and Jacob keyed
Jacob,
up
yeah, did.
and said,
We don't
"Is
have to
this
say
what
the exact
happens?
thing.
Yeah, is this what happens when you kind of beat your brain around?" Anyway, because Ray flipped his cart. So yeah, next thing you know, Ray full throttle, not even thinking about it, just smokes Jacob into the outside wall in turn one, and then keys up and says, "Mic drop, motherfucker," and leaves. And I was like, "All right." So,
And I believe that's the longest suspension handed out in RR history.
yeah, 5 races.
Should be somewhere in the record books.
I
Put it
I
there.
will say that was the quickest admin review we ever had to do because he came in and said, "Yep, I did it. I'll take whatever
Yep.
penalty you give me," and left.
Yep,
It
easy.
was,
Yeah.
it was that easy.
It was worth it.
Oh, it was hilarious. Like
It
we're
was
looking
totally
at it,
worth.
we're like, "Ray, walk us through." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just flat wrecked him. Like
Flat
whatever
out
penalty
hit
y'all are
him.
giving me, yeah, that's fine."
Yeah.
Left.
There
Okay.
was no debate to be had.
So
I wish
James,
everyone was
if
like
you
that.
want to do that to me next week, just don't agree that you did it on purpose. Okay, just say like I don't
It'd
know, your
probably
toe
only be a
link broke or
2-race
something.
suspension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
Apologize
Uncle Lynn, you're going for a ride.
profusely.
yeah.
Apologize profusely and say your
My
pedals are
pedal's
still
stuck.
having issues
Yeah.
like last week.
Yeah.
Or if you
Yeah.
hit him while he's doing his dumbass choose cone things, I will defend you to the end of my life. That it was not on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh
Just going
man.
under caution. Oh, my throttle's stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throttle hunt.
Let's pretend he's the wall, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, boys. Well, this is a good one. James, thanks for coming on with us, man. Taking some time out of your day to be here. Super, super great to catch up with you and to see a face. Really, I've never
Yeah.
haven't seen him before. So yeah, nice to put a face on the person we all talk to in the league.
Hey James, really quick before we leave, I already know the answer, but cart or carriage?
Kurt, I mean,
what?
I think
No,
it's
country you live in,
episode
but
11 is done, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, I don't know what country you live in, but there ain't no such thing as carriage around where I'm
He
from.
lives in the country of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We still have
They're still
we still
stuck
have
in
stone roads.
1774.
Fun fact, I still do have stone roads in my city that I live in, so makes sense.
Yeah, they're stuck 1774. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, do your carriages have wooden wheels on them still?
No, they're metal now.
That
We
Wow.
we
explains his
upgraded.
connection.
Yeah, we
Wait, they're
upgraded.
metal. So y'all are
I don't
so
think you
old.
have
It's just
metal
metal. There's no rubber.
It's
Oh,
internet
Oh,
like
well,
connection.
it's a metal casing with rubber
It's his internet
around it.
connection. I love it.
Okay.
Nick, that explains, like Loveland said, that
So
explains your
much.
internet connection.
Yeah.
Whatever. What? James, thank you for
It's
being
the-
on. For the amount of
The
shit me and
original
you
Did you
talk
have
to each
Flair
other.
Ram?
My pleasure.
1800.
Did you feed your hamsters?
Nah, maybe that's why it's taking a shit right now. I didn't do that when I got home.
Awesome. Well, the viewers definitely enjoyed that, Nick. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah,
for
Nick.
that. So, all right. Well, another episode in the books. Thanks, guys, for being here. Had fun.
All right.
Woo!
Yep.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks for having me.